In a surprising turn of events, South Korea has announced that its two tech giants, Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, will not be hit with the full 100% tariff on semiconductor chips imposed by the United States. This revelation comes as a reprieve for the global chip industry, which has been anxiously watching the escalating trade tensions between the U.S. and South Korea. The news broke on August 7, 2024, when South Korea's top trade envoy, Yeo Han-koo, revealed on a radio program that these companies would face the most favorable U.S. tariff rates on chips under the new trade deal between Washington and Seoul. While details are scarce, this is a significant development for the global semiconductor market, which has been bracing for a potentially devastating blow from the tariffs. The announcement came on the heels of U.S. President Donald Trump's statement that the U.S. would impose a 100% tariff on imported chips from countries not manufacturing in the U.S. or planning to do so. However, Trump's remarks were not a formal announcement, leaving many questions unanswered. The devil, as they say, is in the details, and much remains unclear about how these tariffs will be implemented. Samsung has already invested heavily in the U.S., with 2 chip fabrication plants in Texas, while SK Hynix has announced plans to build an advanced chip packaging plant and research and development facility for artificial intelligence products in Indiana. However, this news set Samsung shares up by 2.6%, while SK Hynix shares rose by a more modest 0.6%. Despite the positive developments, there are still doubts about the long-term implications of the U.S. tariffs on the global semiconductor industry. Will these exemptions truly protect Samsung and SK Hynix, or will they face further challenges down the line? And what about other South Korean companies in the semiconductor sector? As this story unfolds, we're left with some thought-provoking questions. How will the U.S. tariffs ultimately impact the global chip market? Will these exemptions for Samsung and SK Hynix set a precedent for other countries? And what does this mean for the future of U.S.-South Korea trade relations? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Will the U.S. tariffs ultimately benefit or harm the global semiconductor industry? Let's start a conversation.